Today, using the fullest power of 3D printing, I'm gonna create the most satisfying fidgets. Things you can play with, spin, click, stretch, and ultimately get those jitters out, bro. This video is sponsored by Bambu Labs. Hit it!
Now these first fidgets are simple, but oh my god will they blow your mind.
Introducing Stretchy toys. At first it kind of looks like a waffle, and the back has all these annoying supports we gotta rip off. Never gets old, boys. But now that it's all cleaned up, I'm gonna blow your mind. Just like the name entails, it starts out as one shape, but you can stretch it like a surfboard. I'm not too sure exactly how it works. However, while this only took 4 hours to print, how about I show you one that took over a day? Because this, my friends, is ridiculous. While the first one was flat, as you can see, we've ascended. Because this young boy looks like a meatloaf.
Yes!
Whoa. It's kind of shaped like a dragon egg. But the only thing I don't like about this print is the fact that there's so many supports. And they literally exploded everywhere on my table. Oh my goodness, man. Woo! Yeah, this kind of explains why it took so long to print. Damn! But once we finish shaving off everything, it looks interesting. My only concern is how this is gonna work, because you know, it's not flat. So I started lightly stretching it, and once I got it moving a little bit,
Oh my god, that is so sick!
Yo, Brody turned into a surfboard, bruh! I think it's fascinating to see all the layers come together. I mean, we took a ball and extended it out and it's still intact. And the best part is you can just keep doing it over and over. Talk about trippy. I'ma just keep spamming this. And compared to the first one, even though they're both cool, come on, you know which one won. You know which one won!
Which, speaking of winners, I 3D printed the most popular fidgets of all time. Fidget spinners. I mean, yo, it's literally in the name.
But believe me when I tell you this, these are not your average spinners. The first one comes in 5 different parts, with the main piece being pretty recognizable. Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I did have to buy a bearing from Amazon to make this thing spin, but after I put it all together, apparently it has an optical illusion effect. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to find out. However, now that everything's snapped and put in place, it's time to give it a spin. Hey, not bad. It's surprisingly really smooth. But I really want to see why this print was rated so highly online. So I read the instructions and I have to adjust my camera settings.
Oh my god, that is so sick!
But it gets even better. I adjusted the settings further and it literally looks animated. This is what it looks like normally, by the way. So different. Yeah. But another cool one I found is called the PS1 Spinner. If you like PlayStation, then you're gonna love this one. What's awesome about this print is the fact that I don't even need to buy a bearing. It starts off with this rainbow PlayStation piece, which clicks into the gray casing, and using the ring, it locks it into place. Afterwards, we can take this spinnable bearing, which makes clicking noises, and insert that fat in the middle, also locking it in place with a smaller ring. But as you can see, we got movement. This looks and sounds like a toy you'd buy from the store. And I think my favorite part are these colors. Oh my goodness. When you spin it, it blends into a rainbow. And that's not even a joke. Personally, this has to be one of my favorites. And when you compare it with the Sonic spinner, I'm not gonna lie, this is how you make kids jealous. However, I bet you're probably wondering, how do you even 3D print something like that?
They're both so detailed and have so many colors.
Well, the answer is kind of simple. You get yourself an awesome printer.
Oh my god, this box is big.
Now, if you didn't know, I've been using Bambu Labs printers for the entire channel. But now that I'm clouded and up now, Bambu Labs decided to send me their brand new printer, the H2C, which along with being their best printer, it's specifically designed to print in multicolors. But the thing I like about Bambu is even though it looks kind of complex, they make it super simple. Because within 15 minutes, I was pretty much set up. Yo, that looks so sick. Yeah, normally I skip the printing and straight up show you guys the prints. But honestly, these printers are so cool. It's satisfying to show them off. And using this thing, I'm gonna create the most colorful, detailed, and complex fidgets I know you'll love.
Starting with the next prints, which are called Flexi grids.
Now, the reason this printer is special and can print in so many colors is because it has a new Vortec hot end change system, which works like this. A normal printer has one brush for one color, but every time it wants to change a color, it has to clean the brush and create poop. However, this new printer solves this problem, and instead of one brush, you get 6 of them.
So basically, way less poop.
But besides that, look guys, an emoji. Hey, why he kind of freaky though? Now on a flat table, he kind of gives off that Minecraft pixel art look. But as soon as you pick it up, you'll realize your boy can move. This is because every single pixel you see is connected to each other in a really specific way. You can shake it like a maraca, make a lot of different satisfying noises. And the best part, I printed 2 more of them. Yes! Watching the printer make these was so fun. And what kind of shocked me is since I print a lot, usually multicolors take a long time to print. But with the H2C, the time was cut in half. Call me nerdy, but that is ridiculous. But to show you a Flexi grid that's really crazy, this one took 10 times longer to print and straight up looks like a rip from Minecraft. Introducing Cube World. Yeah, in terms of satisfying, I don't think you can get better than this. All the cubes rubbing together make nice noises. And if you stretch it out on a table, take a look at all those moving parts. Emojis are fun, but this is legendary, bruh. I'll be having this on my desk for quite some time.
Okay, so I wanted to test something. Bambu Labs has a built-in thing on their app called MakerWorld,
where you can search for cool prints you like, click a couple buttons, and print it out. The only thing you have to do is load up colors and send. So as you can see right here, I 3D printed an ice pop fidget. Y'all remember those rocket pops from the store? Yeah, imagine one of those, but it twists in and out of itself. It's like low-key crunchy. I think the design on this one's really cool. One side has all the spiky grooves, and the other is basically inverted. That way they can slide together. But you also get a holder too, so that when you're done fidgeting, you can place it down and I guess just look at it. And compared to the real thing, which I bought from the local grocery store, it looks pretty close.
This next print is called Orbital Rings. And another reason why I love this printer so much
is because look how high quality everything looks. And with what I'm about to show you, it matters with this print. Because the reason it's so satisfying is each ring can move independently. If you thought it was flat, it's definitely not anymore. It has a hinge at every part the rings connect. The little onions in the middle make nice satisfying noises. And I guess besides moving it around, you can kind of flick it. Yeah, I know, ball. But to get nerdy, the reason this came out so good in the first place is because the H2C has a vision encoder, which is pretty fancy for the prints are super accurate. But to rate it, I'd give it a humble like 6 out of 10.
However, this next print has a cool name and an even cooler function. It's called Quantum Bricks.
Now, even though it's not multicolor, I printed both of these bricks out separately. You'll see they look like Lego bricks. And after peeling off the backs, ooh, that was good. It's very bendy as well. However, the way this looks should kind of raise a couple questions. A, why do they squish? B, why are there 2 of them? And C, why is it built up of a bunch of lines? But even though they don't connect like regular Lego bricks, that's not the point. These babies fit into each other. What in the world? The reality is both parts fit together to complete a Lego brick and not just live separately. In my first 3D printing video, I made this skull and it went absolutely mental. So I made sure to make another one because come on, this is so satisfying. Now I know everybody loves bubble wrap. If we're talking about OG fidgets that are satisfying, then this is the king of them. It's cheap, loud, relieves that stress from the Matrix, but has one pretty mid problem. After about 30 seconds, you pop all the bubbles and it's done, which brings me to the popper. Imagine if you could get the same satisfaction of popping bubble wrap, but you can use it infinitely. And it's small enough to keep in your pocket. The real question is, does it hit the same? Honestly, it's not too bad. Not gonna lie, at first it was kind of hard, but after loosening it up and popping some more, I started having a grand old time. Okay, boys, you decide what's better. Thicker pops, but you only have a couple, or smaller ones, but it never ends.
Which brings me to my final quest. What's the point of having a phenomenal printer if I don't use it to its maximum potential? And in this case, I want to test the H2C and print in as many colors as possible. Let's take this Vortex technology and push its limits.
Now this machine right here is what feeds the colors into the printer. And normally with this printer, they only give you 1.
But what if I flip the script?
I load up 2 of them and print with double the colors. This way I can fit every color in the rainbow and make the most colorful fidgets of the entire video. Let's see if this printer really is an absolute beast. This one I like to call a colorful daisy. And just from the printing plate alone, wow, it looks incredible. Taking off each of the petals was so satisfying for some reason. But yeah, I was able to print all of these with no issue. And I think the craziest part is how fast it was able to print. Now, normally on my Bambu Lab P1S, something with this many colors would take 6 to 8 hours. But on the H2C, take a guess, 2 hours and 30 minutes. However, enough glaze. Using this green stick and one of the petals, which you'll see has a hole in the middle, the goal is to stack each of the petals, getting smaller and smaller till you hit the top, and then using this yellow button, cap it off. Oh, wait a minute. This looks trippy. With just a simple spin, all of the petals rotate out. This way you can spin them back and forth. And honestly, sit and look at these beautiful colors.
But here I made a decision. I could make some goofy color fidgets, but I decided let's go big or go home.
This is called the Rainbow Ripple. It's printed all in one piece, and once it's lifted, it waves like a flag. But the coolest part is it doesn't move like anything typical, because if you pinch it from the sides and turn slowly, oh. But what's awesome is that's not even it, because there's 4 more parts to complete the build. The base, which connects to the arm, another arm, which attaches to the first arm, and now, by placing the rainbow piece in the middle and using this key to lock it in place, it's finished. The Rainbow Ripple. I think if you were to put this on your desk, you'd get a lot of compliments, especially if they start turning the key at the top. Woo, that looks so cool. Every time you turn the key and flip it in another direction, the tail of the ripple flips it the other way around. Visually, it's stunning, the noises are fun, and most of all, I like the waves.
The H2C absolutely cooked for this video. And even though I'm biased because I've used Bambu Lab printers for such a long time now, genuinely, if you want to get into 3D printing, click the link below. Peace out, boys.